Welcome back. And here we are. Is your favorite nation gonna progress today? Is your favorite civilization gonna build a new wonder? Well, time will tell as we get around another 50 turns done here today. And beginning today, we shall see if Utrecht will fall. Let's press enter. And France is the winner of this conflict, ultimately gaining 2 cities out of this. Good for the French, good for the Germans, win-win for them. Spain and Rome denouncing France, expect maybe a joint war on their behalfs. The Greeks might come out on top. If they can figure out this small passage in Hungary, they could do some damage here, just past Bulgaria. The Assyrians, did they declare war on someone? I feel like they did. That's what happens when you don't do this for a couple of days. You kind of forget where you are. Okay. There's the war on France. And we'll see how quickly they can get Orleans. Now, I did manage to get the info addicts working. And I may do just a quick sneak peek here. There was the conflict down here for Jianzhou that the Great Jin. Greece has denounced Rome. And there it is. That's pretty much going to end this conflict. I don't see them making it through China and then Xinjiang to make it through to make anything happen there, but we will see Orleans fall, and that will give Rome its 5th city, which for turn 105 after this will not be bad. I don't see them progressing much further, and this kind of being the end of this conflict. But are the French raising this city? They might raise Utrecht to put their own settler down. That's interesting. But let's check out these info addicts here. Population, Russia #1. Interesting. And the further down the bottom you go, the weaker these nations will get. Crop yields. Shoshone. Interesting. Manufactured goods. See, Mongolia is off to a great start. So is Russia. You see those names, as well as the Shoshone. Those names are coming up over and over again in these categories. Siam is rich. Mongolia with the biggest military. That's a big one. Canada's up there. The Iroquois are at war currently with the Shoshone, who are down here near the middle. Interesting. And then the Great Jin is leading in terms of literacy, not by a large margin. With these guys at the bottom, you'll get left more and more to the dust. Again, not having more cities, this is just poor land, not developing good cities, being landlocked to 2 cities. So, we'll see certain people rise and fall here. The more the game progresses, like, it looks like you have a nice sufficient army until you look and you realize it's mostly chariot archers, and those guys are kind of useless, especially at turn 106. Shaka and Ashurbanipal. Now that should be a beneficial war for Assyria if he can navigate through Babylon quickly enough. There is no guarantees that he can squeeze through or get enough units through, but we will see. Moving on, I think it's time to go check out the big North American conflict here. Timok is almost surrounded. It'll be interesting to see if they can fend off the city. They do have walls, but that's a lot of attacks on one city here early in the game. Oh, they're going to retreat? Interesting. Do they fear a Canadian invasion? I don't think so. That's the war I'm waiting for. Catherine on Lithuania. Is early Lithuanian success just in vain? We shall see. I don't think Germany's going to do anything again. Germany, I think, just wants to declare war on whoever's possible to declare war on. It seems like they just want in on the action. And there's going to be an early peace. No land exchange. I'm really curious behind the thought process there. Iroquois had the city surrounded. It seemed like another turn would have pretty much done it in, unless they thought their archers were too weak damage-wise with the walls. Interesting. Washington has yet to expand. Part of me wants to give them a settler to see if they'll even use it. Coming down here, we have the colonizing Shoshone doing their work. Let's go across the sea, back into Europe. There is a war here. I'm not quite sure between who. Wrong one. That is also the wrong one. Oops. It's been a while since I've played. No diplomacy overview. There we go. Global politics. Okay, so Dido's at war with Morocco, Rome, Shanghai, and Spain. So there's a neat little coalition against her. Napoleon is at war with the Celts in Rome still. Gandhi made a friend. Wow, the Iroquois are friends with America and Canada. And Mackenzie King of Canada is friends with the Americans and Iroquois as well. Okay, so that pretty much seems to be the big conflicts there. I guess I just missed everyone declaring war on Carthage. As Isabella's gonna make peace. If anything, Gades here. Yeah, Gades fell a while ago. Interesting. Let's see if the Russians can advance here into Lithuania. It'll be see if Attila makes a push here. Because now would be the time. Novgorod is undefended, as is St. Petersburg. Sure, they have the tech bonus, the tech upgrade over you. But you still have your battering rams, and you still have a few horse archers. So I think you'd have that advantage, especially if you're just doing a quick war. We are once again in the golden age, happiest nation out there. Japan does not care what's happening around the world. They are just staying on their peninsula, and they are having themselves the time of their lives, making all of the wonders possible. But I don't think Russia's going to make an advance here into Lithuania. It seemed like they had a way big number advantage, but the terrain and AI brains just don't mesh well, I suppose. But the Germans, no melee units, but they may come here with the most archers you've ever seen. Just an archery line coming straight at you. And Greece is just staying put. They didn't make any kind of offensive against the Germans, which is kind of smart, especially seeing all those archer troops. It's a scary sight indeed. Now the Assyrians are making it through the Babylonian line, but it seems as though they're kind of just getting pummeled. China's going to take their go here at Korea. I just don't think they can make it through the Busan Strait. Busan doesn't have walls, which is going to be an advantage for China. The down, it's a two-tile attack slot, right? And then you're getting double bombarded from an archer plus the city. Not not a play I'd recommend for an AI, anyways. I think Shangjing is a much better option, but you declared war on Korea instead and made open borders with this guy. As Ashurbanipal is just like Germany, he cannot stop himself from declaring wars on anyone. And this is going to kill your front against the Arabians, and you spread yourself so thin. I don't understand why you would do this, even as an AI. Sure, you have more numbers, but you're already in a conflict. See, now people are declaring war on you, which is a sign of your incoming weakness or over-aggression. Krakow may fall. Ooh, this will be interesting. Lithuanians attack first. If they can get rid of the archer, they might have a chance. they do. That might have saved Krakow. Let's see what the Russians will do. But they still have enough. And now Vilnius is at the Russians' gate. Now more people are declaring war on Ashurbanipal. And that is a sign of, again, your overt aggression, because you're declaring war. You started the game declaring war on 3 people, and now you're just stretching yourself thin. And if you're not careful, you lose your capital, and you lose the game here. Let's see if this was a smart decision by the Babylonians. Man, someone attacked the Goths. They look so weak compared to some of their neighbors. And there's a Korean city here that was... Ooh, I'm in Canada. Over here. Which city was just captured? Oh, they settled right here while they were at war. Was it? You know what, AI? I applaud you for your great decision making. Because now you're at war with everyone on your continent. Even in a video game, the Koreans don't get a break from any Chinese-type dynasty here. But I don't think anything is going to happen here just yet, so we're going to head back to this area where Attila's finally making a push, and he can probably get Konya, but he's not going to get Ankara. Ooh, if you can get your pikemen down in time quick enough, you might be able to reclaim Krakow. You're gonna bring them down. You might. Interesting. There we are. Catherine is smart. Shizong is smart. The Iroquois are smart. I'm gonna be here at the bottom, but outside of me, the Ottomans and the Portuguese, the Moroccans, the Greeks, the Byzantines, the Huns, the Spaniards, Songhai, the Arabians are all there, mostly tied for the bottom outside of the Ottomans. But yeah, no, this is going to be, I believe, one of the more interesting conflict regions. It's just a matter of seeing who's going to come out on top here.